So I came across this clip today, and this is a clip of a musician, a local musician named Johnny Thompson, who has covered a few of my songs over the years. And I thought it would be fun to, well, first of all, shout out Johnny. And secondly, to just kind of show his version of the song called Glass Badass, which is a song that was on my solo album called Vibrating on High originally, and it eventually also became a Milk Duct Tape song. And this song was maybe one of our more popular ones. Not the most popular, but it had its it was a fan favorite, you could say. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of just go over this clip. I think it's like a minute long of Johnny playing this song solo acoustic, and then we'll go over, some of the lyrics and some of the story behind the song. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Whoa! Good-looking ass-whooping, clean-conscious son of a gun. I'm a long-haired, old pants, humble, lot of dutiful. Got cold cash, big stacks of hot love coming from me. You feel good, you sure do. The dance is free. I'm so bright when I kiss the sun. I taste more than a golden dawn. You can see through me, I cleared a path. Call me a glass badass.
All right, so that's basically it. That's the clip. Yeah, it's a good rendition. I like how Johnny gives it his own spin. If you've heard either version, the whole idea of Vibrating on High was to create an acoustic album. So every song required acoustic guitar. And I wanted to do like some kind of weird acoustic hip-hop type of thing. Glass Badass was kind of me trying to do some kind of weird, like, Kid Rock posturing. At the same time, keep it true to me. The idea is basically posturing who I am. I'm this humble-hearted dude of fun. It's such the opposite of what normally you think of when people posture in rap. It's very much like how awesome they are and how they've got so much money and whatever it is. And this was just like, hey, this is a humble me and this is what I do. So anyway, it's kind of cool to see Johnny doing the song and putting his spin on it. There's a certain lyric that he does that he way changes it up. Well, let's go look at it real quick.
Well, I'm a good-looking ass-whooping, clean-conscious son of a gun.
I mean, it's like, that's me like trying to pump myself up, right? I'm a good-looking ass-whooping, clean-conscious son of a gun. And it's basically like making fun of the whole I'm so awesome trope. Not that I think I'm a awful looking person. I think that I take care of myself fairly well. And the idea of having a clean conscience is that the overall arcing theme of the whole album is kind of starting over, right? Like I had gone through some really hard times, and it was a big turning point in my life where I had been basically lying to myself and therefore lying to others around me. And I had to like come clean to everybody and everything, including myself, everybody around me. And it was very, very painful. But afterwards, your conscience becomes clean. and you start feeling a lot better about yourself because, hey, you're not trying to hide anything. You're being honest with yourself about everything you possibly can. And that's something that takes work, right? It took me like 10 years to get to a point where I could really, really be honest with myself, because it's easy to fall back in old habits and stuff. It's just once I had hit this point of this song, I was able to be aware of when I was starting to fall back into bad habits. Anyway, so I like that. I like the way he did that lyric. It's pretty much like I do it, but he's got his own twist to it. He's definitely got his own little grunge twist.
I'm a long-haired old man, some lot of dutiful.
And I used to have long hair, just like Johnny here, and holes in my pants, and just being humble and wanting to have fun. You can see how he might relate. So here we've got upcoming, got Cold Cash, Big Stacks of Hot Lovin' coming for me. And that's just, that's like me trying to manifest some stuff, right? I want to start manifesting like, I got big stacks of cold cash. And at the time of writing this, I was very happy with the girlfriend I had, and things were looking up. So I thought, let's add some big stacks of cold hard cash with this.
Got cold cash, big stacks of hot love coming from me. You feel good, you sure do, 'cause the dance is free.
And that's just a line about feeling good. And, everybody should feel good because you can always dance. Like, there are things that are free. You don't need cold cash for this. You don't need big money to go out and dance and have fun. Just go do whatever's fun. 90% of it doesn't cost money. Fun is in the mind, So that's just me saying, you know what, Dan, it's okay to feel good.
I'm so bright when I kiss the sun.
And now I'm so bright when I kiss the sun. It's like, well, the sun is bright. I get to take some of that in. And I've always had this thing about the sun. The sun is just this, we're revolving around the sun all the time. And I'm very aware of that. And to me, the sun represents life, essentially. And so you take life by the lips and you give it a kiss, it brightens you up.
I taste more than a golden tongue.
I taste more than a golden tongue. Again, it's me referencing the sun and referencing relationship to come, the relationship I was in at the time. I always felt there was something more to it than just your regular relationship.
You can see through me, I cleared a path.
You can see through me, I cleared a path. That's just clearing the conscience out again. I've got nothing to hide.
You can call me a glass badass.
And you can call me a glass badass. That comes from, like I've mentioned before, like a Kid Rock thing. I'm not a huge Kid Rock fan, but I knew he had this song American Badass, and I thought it'd be funny to do, well, I'm a glass badass, where it's kind of like, glass is easily shattered, but yet it's transparent. And some glass isn't easily shattered, right? Like, you can have bulletproof glass. And that in itself can make you a badass. Being transparent can make you a badass. And Johnny here, he's a badass. I highly recommend, if you ever get to see Johnny Thompson solo or in one of his projects, go check it out. And unfortunately, that's all we have is that 1 minute clip. Otherwise, I'd go through the whole song with you. But if this is something that you enjoyed, I'd love to hear from you. Just let me know. We'll do more of them. We can review the songs that I've done. We can review your song if you want me to. I'll go over your song and tell you what I think. Or if you want to cover one of my songs, I'd be more than happy to feature it here and go over it and tell you what I think of it. So if you want, feel free to leave a comment below. Tell people what you think. If you want to discuss any of these concepts we've talked about here, I'm more than happy to discuss those things. There are things that I enjoy talking about. There are things that are all throughout my music. And really, I'm just trying to find my tribe, my group of people who vibe with this kind of vibe. So if you're one of those people, speak up. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, be sound.